Hello, Editing Faith here, and once again I just wanted to read off the list of the amazing, amazing people who have donated to St. Jude's Children's Hospital through the entire month of November and early December on my Twitch channel. So these guys have gone above and beyond. Our original goal was $1,000, which was double what we did last year here on YouTube. We ended up with $2,525 between only like 22 people, maybe 23. Absolutely insane, the amount of generosity that we've seen this holiday season for St. Jude with you guys. So this is probably going to be the opening to both this one, which is Sumuru, as well as the next one, which is the Shape of Things to Come, because I had those recorded already. All the rest, the list will be organically in with the rest of the video, just so you know. So we have to thank Nightwing, Technodan, Frank, Rogue2, Rich, Tommy Gun Servo, Mist Explorer, Curator of Entropy, Adam, Guido, Bleached Black Cat, Ryan, Roy, Jackie Ball, Dr. Donna42, City Forever, Stuffy Wuff, Kevin Nata, Servo1991, Angry American, Roland, and the It in Fit. And between these guys and the insane amount of money that they paid, that they donated to this incredible cause, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 reviews coming up in the next several months, we'll say, just to give myself some time. Nearly 20 reviews for YouTube were donated enough for. That was my biggest reward point. So a ton of the amazing stuff that we'll be seeing in the next several months on the channel is thanks to these guys. Obviously the whole credits will be read on every single one, as well as they will get their own special shout out, any notes or whatever, so you guys know exactly what review is thanks to what donations and how incredible these guys are. We have been able to do such an amazing thing and bless St. Jude so much this year. I literally couldn't have asked for more. 5 times what we made last year and 2.5 times what my original goal was. So thank you all so much. And now let's get into my review of either Million Eyes of Sumuru or The Shape of Things to Come. Hello, I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And welcome to my reaction of Mystery Science Theater 3000, episode 1309, The Million Eyes of Sumuru. So now, a quick footnote as well. Riffed has done this one before. I now own it. I bought it in prep for this. But actually, I have not watched it yet. And here's the thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Because then, if any jokes are similar or seem copied or whatever, which I'm not saying they would do, I'm just saying if, I won't be calling them out and being really mad because I won't be able to know. So I'm actually going to watch this one first, and also I think that would be kind of unfair. Well, I shouldn't say that either, because Riffed came out like years ago, like way first. It's probably for the best, because now I don't have anything to compare it to. That way this episode seems good, it just seems good, and it won't seem like it's lacking something the Riffed had, you know? It's kind of like, you know, if you watched the season 3 episodes of the Sandy Frank movies and then go back to KTMA, you'd be like, oh, this is, I mean, it already isn't great, but if you watch the KTMA ones first, then maybe it seems a little bit better. So, not saying this is as bad as KTMA, I'm just saying that, like, this gives it more of a shot of being really funny out the gate than if I watched the riff tracks first. Again, someone had said that by missing this one in Batwoman, I wasn't missing much, so we will see where I lie on that one. Like I said, at this point, Munchie's still the only one I would pay for. Gamera is definitely the second best because it had really good host segments. For the most part, that opening is still rough, but otherwise... But yeah, it's like not much has changed in these last few months of watching these. So, let's read the description. In the theater, Jonah's crew watches an evil woman bent on dominating the world with her all-woman army in The Million Eyes of Sumuru from 1967. Meanwhile, on the SOL, the bots realize Jonah is tall. Sounds like a Sesame Street description. Like, tall, small. Like, just, oh, okay. So, it is time to watch. At least it's not, the bot's voice is getting changed. Anyway, it's time for The Million Eyes of Sumuru.
Sensible.
Well, we have Growler and M. Waverly. They would make great merch.
Yeah, they can be our new spin-off characters, the Bone Bots, and I'd be their friend.
Why didn't you just give them to Emily? It would have made more sense.
You could come up with a cool vehicle and give it something.
Baron has such a good voice for a Mad. I'm like, why can't he be one of the main Mads?
How about?
Oh, I could be their friend, the Bone Clown. These interferences could destroy the future, Max, and you know this.
And his huge, like, eyes and the facial expressions. I'm like, let him just be a main Mad. That's so much better and funnier and in line with the OG. Okay, now they're getting all, like, upset and hurt about his suggestion stuff. You were loving them before and taking credit for them, and Kinga was the best forester ever! Sunday afternoon. Oh, man.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the Satellite of Love.
What, that he's tall?
Just discovered that I'm tall.
Not merely tall, gargantuan.
Why, almost grotesquely so.
Okay, let's not be hurtful about it, okay?
They should say Mike was
How did you guys
big.
not notice this before? And yes, the weather up here is fine, Tom. Thanks for asking. And no, neither of you can climb me.
That's where you're wrong, Stilt Man.
I wish to plant my flag atop the summit of Mount Jonah.
Set up base camp on his arm.
Well, they're already up to his neck in this version. That's the thing, they have the bot set to where they're like to his shoulders while he's standing on this set. So he's very, he's tall, but now they're like 6 foot.
Who thought our invention is also work-related?
You loved fruit-flavored candies as a kid, but now you're a grown-up. Barf, with a tie, and a job, another barf.
You have
This is
too many
1992.
responsibilities to waste time.
On your way to a conference?
Those aren't even
Try
Skittles, those are like
nectarine.
M&M's. You can see because it's chipped.
Kinda.
And it's like chocolate inside. Those are, they literally just ordered white M&M's.
Oh, yeah, and this one...
Business Skittles, because you don't want to grow up, but life forces you to.
Yeah,
What do you
right?
think, Sharks?
Tell me about it.
Your experience.
Oh, this one sounds familiar.
Huh.
Movie in the hole.
Wait a minute. Hang on just a minute. Did they do this on KTMA? Because I know Riff Tracks did it. I mentioned at the beginning, Riff Tracks did it. I have not seen it yet, but they did it. Excuse me. But they didn't do this in, like, Season 1, right? No, I reviewed Season 1. They didn't do it. Yes, okay. KTMI Episode 18. The Million Eyes of Sumuru. Okay, so they did do it before. Yeah, weird. Okay. I mean, it's not weird that they redid it. I mean, they redid a ton of KTMA ones in Season 3, like all those Gamera ones, Fugitive Alien, or Fugitive Alien 2 at the very least, it looks like. They redid a ton of KTMA Season 1s in Season 3 specifically, but it's interesting that of all the seasons to call it out, they used this one. So it's like a meme. Because Tom is perfectly still and the other two were like, oh! Way to waste those plain M&Ms.
Let's use this distraction to get baby Moses down to the Nile.
This is the funeral of the richest man
Okay.
in the world.
Oh, Scrooge McDuck.
These are his 17 sons.
I'm Evil Twiggy.
The eyes of the world are watching them, as maybe some other woman's eyes are watching you.
What? That's ominous. Whoa!
Boy!
Hey.
I have a million eyes.
Oh no!
Oh,
Klaus
Klaus Kinski.
Kinski.
He was a hero, you know.
I was like, Klaus Kinski is a very interesting name.
Hey, Debbie. Hey, nice dress.
Oh, thanks.
That's what I was thinking. Like, nice dress for a caper. Nice dress for murdering.
Guys, you're blocking the wheelchair ramps.
Are they gonna end up wearing these dresses in a sketch? Because they all match. So I could see them doing that. What?
Oh, okay, well, it really buried the lead there.
You're right? Like,
Oh, Frankie Avalon let himself go.
what? This is very
We
weird.
got great seats for whatever this is.
They're all just so chill about it. We're like, even if it was a person I hated, I'd be like, whoa. This is weird. That is an, like, just over the top dress, man.
There are none.
Nice
There's a lot of
Snapchat
glitz.
filter skirt.
She has done that one unforgivable thing. She has fallen in love.
What?
You'll fall in love too with beautiful.
So they're Jedi.
mankind to achieve our
That's the betrayal. I thought it was gonna be she's outed us to like the government. We're all gonna be killed if we're not careful.
Go on.
She just fell in love.
which must be done.
It's always love. It's always. This is how we got Anakin Skywalker, ma'am.
Go.
Can I speak to your manager?
She was doing the walk.
Look, I'm sorry I said third wave feminism wasn't intersectional. Can't we just talk?
I gotta deliver this pizza pie!
That was fast.
Going down, so we're the same height.
She was like, dude said, "New." Why is there tile of the bottom of a pool on the wall?
Gross.
Just this guy's tie here. I get it. I don't know where to touch. I don't want to.
He wasn't close enough for that to really work. Because the tie wasn't even there.
His pocket there. I don't.
Okay, see, if he said like the pocket square, I'm like, yeah, okay, but he didn't. He said tie. That doesn't make sense.
Kids, the Holy Ghost doesn't need that much room, okay?
Yeah, I was like, what a bopping time.
It's just some
Well, the Italian police are very
Guys
efficient,
in the
Colonel.
back, just
Don't you think that
dancing
they can
without a
handle
care in
it?
the world.
No.
Yeah, but you two seem to be getting on very well.
I can't take it. I want to dance too.
I was about to say, my favorite is the dude that's like this. See, that's fun.
For me.
You didn't even need that,
Oh.
What?
like,
getting old.
take out that pocket square joke. That alone was really funny and like really cute. You didn't need to have the other one, but that was good. I appreciate
away.
that one.
Well,
Because I was thinking the same thing in the back. I was like, I like this dude.
leaving Rome tomorrow.
I will miss you.
What I would like is to have someone to get to the bottom.
Can you move your arms up and down? You can dance in the background of our movie.
Feeling that
I was told my character would have lines and the name.
Yeah, see, you gotta pay more in that case. The heck was that outfit?
Hello, viewer. There were 5 mistakes in that scene. Can you name them all?
Yeah, she's looking right at the camera.
Wait, was that bar in a cave in an office building?
Can I give you a lift, Colonel? I'm parked
Yeah,
there. No, thanks.
what?
I think I'd rather
These are two completely different sets.
Tell your secretary.
Or like buildings.
Good night. And
Oh, no, what
Great,
the?
he can fall asleep anywhere. I envy
I was
him.
about to say, you're gonna just walk past this dude?
Hey, buddy, you dead?
Like, at least call the cops to be like, hey, there's a dude, he could have been drunk or hurt. Whoa.
Sending you to school until you blow your nose.
See, that's one of those things my parents have always said, if you see someone on the side of the road that needs help, but you're alone, call the cops, let someone know, hey, I saw a person that needs help. But you can't do stuff like this because what if it's a setup?
No joke.
Same thing with like cars on the side of the road. You call for help, you make sure they're getting help, but you don't go help by themselves. Because you could very easily be overtaken, especially if there's more than one
Give me 20
person.
cc's of whole milk, stat.
Oh, be careful. He could have a spinal injury.
Oh, well.
4 murders and a car chase. This movie slows down for no one.
Yeah, I mean, compared to a lot of the other movies they've done even this season, it's pretty quick pace. Ambulanza.
Sorry, pal. Quit reading.
So far, this one's definitely been a little stronger.
I am worthy of
Perhaps if you leave me his name or your
She's like wearing just a
telephone
white
number, I can
bag.
explain things in you.
Sorry, but this is out of network.
Oh no!
I mean, she is a real nurse, and this is a real hospital.
Okay,
And
so
you
what
will have a
happened?
real bill.
How did he get out of there alive?
Ow! We're living things.
Grateful to Mr. Carter, he decided to follow you, luckily. He's right.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh, let's get out of here.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Okay. That was like no transition. So far, this has definitely been way better than the last few episodes. While it hasn't been like I'm cracking up or like there hasn't been any like big laugh joke really yet. There've been a lot of like chuckles, a lot of like pleasant jokes for sure. A lot more that's watchable, I think. But it does help for sure that the movie. Now, I always say, a boring movie does not mean a boring riff, and I fully stand by that. But clearly this does help them that it has been a much more action-filled movie. There's been more going on than in a lot of the past ones, so that's helped them, I think, a lot.
For the VP of HMD.
I like Serval's little outfit and hat.
Supplied by MI5 ASAP with a 4K HD TV, tuned to HD TV with a soundtrack by the Bee Gees. Huh?
Pay attention! This all.
So anyway, FYI.
Oh, I know that one.
For your information.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
What?
Federal yellow dress informant.
OBTW, LOLBRB, ABC, NBC, CBS, AMC,
Okay, enough.
KTMA.
Yeah, what do you say to that?
OWGMS.
Huh?
Ah, okay, nice. Why was Gypsy even there? She just said and didn't contribute to nothing. Fine. Again, goes on for a little bit, but, you know, I guess that's the joke of it.
Just hand them a tract and say, have a nice day.
They never thought they'd be seen in broad daylight.
Yeah, like, just out in the middle of it. Like, not even— what? How'd that lady not even see him?
Just light it and run.
That would be terrifying, even if—
Richard Burton energy here.
yeah, even if you weren't part of a secret organization. That'd be terrifying.
Well, be my guest.
Put our service to
What?
the test.
No, she's gotta be killing him. There's no way. She's either killing him—
I have infiltrated the dollhouse. I repeat,
or—
I have infiltrated the dollhouse.
It does look like that. Or she's like so thirsty she literally can't help it. Which is like—
how hard is this?
weird.
You see one
Always funny.
to join our ranks. She is young,
Meh.
beautiful, healthy,
Ish.
and gifted.
I guess.
I mean, we don't know that. Don't. What are you doing?
Does she have yours?
What? They have to see her naked first?
Congratulations, my child.
The heck?
Dude,
She looks—
$5 a month, new
she
girlfriend,
looks disturbed. She's
baby
like—
army.
like, as if the director didn't even tell her this was gonna happen.
You have become the mistresses, and the wives even, of 11 of the most influential men in the
Excuse
world.
me?
Bay Packers.
They control millions.
They've been this successful so far?
Control them.
Huh?
So she really was just that thirsty? She wasn't trying to kill him or nothing? Your cult must not have a really good handle on these ladies if one man's presence is enough for her to just be like, whatever, it's time for a makeout.
My lady, I'll do anything.
That's what got you here.
We will think of something, my dear.
Ugh.
Anna.
I can't slap her from here. You do something.
No!
My lady. Oh, no.
So you can't even, like,
Shot her
make
with
out with
hair.
the dude.
Whoa.
Man. They're laughing! What a transition!
That's downright nasty. Then make me one of those. I'm gonna give him a call right now.
He won't answer us.
Right
Coronation
now.
Street is on.
Dead lady!
Oh, that's so gross! No!
Say,
Oh,
that's not looking so good.
Oh, that is so gross. Oh, dear God.
Housekeeping.
This movie!
Out here.
No, as a matter of fact, Sir Anthony, we found a girl in my bed. Dead.
Even better.
Pity.
Ew, no!
I mean, I was thinking of making you an offer. How would you like a little holiday in the Orient? Sir Anthony,
Ugh.
what did you have in mind?
Tokyo Disney.
My
Haha, I want to go there so badly. People say it's like one of the best ones.
2 air tickets. I'll be able to convince you en route.
With these scratch-offs, you see.
Like, how much am I getting paid for this, Chief?
Runway, runway, where's the runway?
Yeah, that looked really dangerously low.
She's mad.
Well, she is now.
Sloth-like reflexes.
Yeah.
Acting!
Well, at least he's dying with dignity.
Maybe it'd be better for him to just die then.
Anamorphing.
He's turning into a statue.
What?
We call it Cubra Mortis.
I call it Cooler Mortis.
You're out of your mind.
It could be.
What? Are you kidding me? It's just like Medusa but with a gun. What?
This feels bad.
Right.
Hey, he's doing the meme.
Yeah, it was. That was good. That was fun.
For funsies.
This movie's kind of wackadoo, guys, but there's a lot of action and death and stuff, so if you're a fan of that in these movies, then there you go.
Yeah, so a lot of...
There's 3 things you gotta learn so you don't get bikini killed.
Bikini killed? That actually sounds kind of
Step
cool.
number 1!
Whoa.
Creeping. I'm talking hiding behind stuff that's smaller than you, looking through windows that ain't
Right.
Just getting in there.
Where people
Gently
can
giving
see
off
you.
An uncomfortable vibe. All right, step 3. When in doubt.
That seems dangerous.
Yeah, we're
Right.
a real get along spy organization.
That's funny.
Well, what if we need someone to hit intermission sign?
I'm your guy. Beep, beep, bop, beep, bop, boop.
Step 4. If you need help pressing a button, you can ask.
Okay, I thought that was funny. I thought it was an actual puppet
Message
mistake.
goes out to a woman of honor. Are you reading my signal, Emily Connor?
Loud and clear.
Oh my gosh.
Just in time.
The rhyming.
I made a discovery
Ugh.
that's quite sublime.
And using the cloud, I made
What?
a bold choice. So I went and I hooked up our friend Magic Voice.
No. What? I'm sorry. Now Joel's in on this? Did Jonah even know Joel was here? They took Emily's bots for Joel. Okay. All right. Okay. When they didn't put him back in the time portal thingy, we know he's coming back for the Christmas episode, right? But they've explained nothing else. Literally nothing about Joel, about how he was 1,000 years in the future, about why he's still alive and looks normal, despite apparently being an immortal being, Time Lord knockoff thing. You know, they didn't explain how Emily's Tom changed back to his voice. That, fine. You can't, okay, I love Jonah. You know I do. He is just perfect for me, but like, okay, you guys know I love Jonah. You know how much I adore this character. This man is my man's, is this man's, right? Okay. But as soon as they introduced this extraordinarily stupid plot about the Mads not being able to understand rhyming, which makes no sense because the show has songs in it, including with these Mads. There are songs and rhyming. Fine. But I said, wouldn't it be nice if you let Emily stand on her own a little first and not drag Jonah into it already? And I was still standing by that. It was the same thing when then her second episode, it's all about Joel coming back. Oh, we're going to get another host. Oh, we're going to get another host. Oh, we're going to get another old host. And I'm like, let Emily have an episode that's just hers. And then finally they do with Batwoman, and she gets one. And now not only, like, again, Emily's not even my favorite, but, like, still, I feel like she deserves some modicum of respect. Because even her bots aren't even just her bots now, they're also Joel's new bots. So I was like, okay, give Emily this one thing. And they weren't doing that. And now not only are they back doing the stupid rhyming thing, which again, it pisses me the hell off because the show has always depended on songs, including with the Mads. So making up this BS about rhyming is like the stupidest thing. You couldn't come up with some better code. Even if it was something like Pig Latin, like they're just too dumb to understand how it works or something. Rhyming? Just a way to make these Mads even less likable and more incompetent in a way that isn't even funny. But now you're dragging Joel into it. Why? Why does it matter? Why is Joel now a part of this? You can't let Emily stand on her own at all. Like, for more than one episode, like, no. Couldn't even have her own bots. You had to give them to Joel, too. And then couldn't even keep them the same, because then you give it to Josh halfway through. So no respect anywhere in the equation, really, for these performers. And then it's like now it was going to be Jonah and Emily's idea, which again, you were already kind of disrespecting Jonah, making it sound like he was a complete idiot who hadn't even thought of really escaping without Emily's help. And everyone's like, oh, technically at the end of season 12. Okay, technically at the end of season 12, but they went on the live tour, so it's completely null and void. It's just a really stupid ending of that season anyway. So he never really tries to escape the way Mike did, let's say that. And he doesn't tell Emily, so you're disrespecting Emily by shoving Jonah into her first episode in that way, but you're disrespecting Jonah by making it sound like, hey, you idiot, you didn't think about this whole time with Emily. Not that she was saying it like that, but that's what it implies. He was too stupid to realize it. And I already don't like this. You already adding a host when this guy had only 20 episodes. Adding not only a new host, but a whole new crew. I already didn't like that idea. But if you're going to do that, fine. Also give both of the hosts and the teams respect. But instead, you're like, here's Joel, here's Joel, here's Joel, here's Joel. Nostalgia. Do you remember fucking Joel? And I'm just like, stop it, please. Like, can these guys not have anything? Like, you know, I get it. Like, nostalgia is a powerful drug for a lot of people. I get it. And it's a big money thing, and I get it. But, dude, it's like he's been on the live shows. He had his episode, and we know he's in the Christmas episode. Why drag him in to more of a plot that's all going to lead to effing nowhere? We know it is because they always do. When his plot wasn't even explained about how he's alive and all that crap. So, like, why are we bringing Joel back again? Like, why are we doing this again? This isn't fun, you know, it isn't, this episode was doing well so far, for sure, and I'm not going to let this sour the rest of the riffing and any other segments with just Jonah and his bots. Like, I'm going to go back in, like, but I need to get this out now because I'm pissed off. It's like, they love patting themselves on the back, Kinga, you're the best forester ever. And then they love just shoving in this nostalgia and being like, oh, but do you remember Joel? And I'm just like, just be what you are. Like, the best season of this version so far is season 11, which is not great because it's also not a fully great season anyway. But even that, because it, at least to a degree, stood a little bit more on its own. Not completely, you still had the old Mads in it. But it stood a little bit more on its own than this. Where you have to have Pearl, you know, licking King's boots. And then Joel popping into another episode that he's not even supposed to be in. From what we heard, Joel was only going to be in those 2 episodes. And now he's being shoved in here with a plot line that's taken, what, 3 episodes now to really get off the ground, and it's stupid to begin with. If, guys, I've said it before, and I will say it again. If Joel wanted to be back in this, even if it's just for the money, even if it's just so the fans, you know, worship at his feet again, or whatever it is that he's wanting, whether it's money or attention, whatever it is, just the nostalgia points, I don't know what this man wants, then just make yourself the host again. Kick these 2 out and be the host again if that's what you want, instead of not letting them stand on their own and having to overshadow them. Because instead of everyone getting just be excited about Emily and a new crew or whatever, everyone started talking about Joel. And it was all about Joel, and it had to all be about Joel again. It was the same thing with that live show. It was all about Joel. And I'm like, Joel's the creator. He's done great things for them. Absolutely. But now it's like, it's just so annoying. Like, because you're the creator. Okay, why isn't this show up to par with your original? You know? The show was able to go on without you very, very strongly. A lot of people's favorite episodes are in seasons you weren't involved in at all. And then you do this, and you have episodes that are on par with, like, season 1 episodes. Like, a lot of episodes that are only that kind of quality. So, okay, then, like, clearly you are not the actual linchpin in all this. So why do you insist on forcing yourself down our throats? I don't know why Joel insists on forcing him in here unless he thinks the nostalgia points will gain either just a bunch of fanfare and positive publicity, or if it gets them more money because more people are like, well, Joel was in this one, so you have to buy it. Like, I don't know. But please respect the other people in this. You know, if he went on the live show tours because the others couldn't, because they had other projects, even that, I will give you. Even that I will give you. But this is complete BS. You're giving Emily and Jonah a plotline that I already didn't even like, and now you're adding Joel into it and not just letting them have a thing as like the newbies or whatever. I'm highly disappointed. I'm actually very mad. I don't think this is okay. I am sick of Joel's face at this point. We owe him a lot as the creator, for sure, and the original host. I absolutely get that. Absolutely get it. But between how these 3 seasons have been handled, how he was in the live shows the way as prominently as he was, how he allegedly treated everyone when the original season 11 Kickstarter first came out. I'm really tired of Joel right now. Like, I am. And I'm sorry, because I know if there's anything that's going to send other fans over the edge, it's that. But I have to be honest. I'm sick of seeing Joel around in this stuff. Him having cameos and stuff, even if it's self-indulgent, that's fine. Whatever. But putting yourself back in it, if you want to be back in it, then just fully be back in it. Just have a bunch of episodes then. Whatever it is you need to do to fulfill that ego of yours, Joel. Because it's just the way that we know he treated Trace and Bill, because they told us. They told us that people were harassing them for not joining season 11 out the gate, and they had to tell people, stop harassing us, we weren't invited. And then Joel invites them after they invite him to the reunion show. That's the timeline of events, whether people like it or not. That was the timeline. And I've stopped bringing it up, but now it's relevant again because he just keeps doing this shit, and I'm tired of it. It's like Joel thinks he's God's gift to comedy or this show or something, and he's not. It's Mike Nelson. Again, we do owe a lot to Joel in terms of starting this in the first place. But he was not needed to continue it. I still don't think he's necessary to continue it. I've said it before, and I'm tired, like I said, I'm tired of not admitting it, and it's true. You need Mike. You can get a few good episodes here and there. You have no consistency without Mike or Mike's, team at this point. You don't have consistency. You just don't. The projects with Mike work the best. I'm not saying that means these seasons could have never worked without Mike, but they could have been better. And now Joel just inserting himself just makes me think more and more, okay, Joel, if you're here and you want to toot your own horn and be like, I'm the creator, I'm in your face so much, then why aren't these seasons any better? Why aren't these seasons like that good? Why wasn't even your episode consistent? I'm just sick of everyone in the fandom just kissing Joel's feet and acting like he's this perfect, godlike human being who you cannot criticize for anything. Now, it's great that he went to the Mystery Science Reunion show. It's great, for real, that he was in the happy birthday message to the Riffers at the at the Swamp Thing live show this year. Absolutely, absolutely. I give him full points for that, for being, a big person and being in it. Great. But it's like, the show lived on without him. If anything, there are seasons that are as strong or stronger when he wasn't there. And then Riff Tracks has always been so much stronger, even back in the early days than Cinematic Titanic. And they, they developed. They kept moving forward with the way they riffed and the way they used tech. And they won. Not that it was a competition, but they did outlast them by a friggin' landslide. And Joel, keeps trying to get the magic of the original back, all the way now to pandering so hard that in a season that introduces another new host, he has to be in it, and he has to keep putting himself in it. I would have been obviously happy if it had just been Jonah. But if you're going to add another Riffer, another entire crew, let them stand on their own 2 feet. For half a season? You couldn't give this woman half a season? You had to have Joel inserted into a bunch of her stuff and steal her bots even through this half season? You could of a 13 episode season? And again, Joel even steals her bots. Which, good for Kelsey and Connor that they got more screen time. But in terms of Emily as a host, as a character, you're just undermining her. And again, not even a big fan of Emily, but I will absolutely stand up for her when I think that there's bullshit going on, and there is.
I might have a way to put us in command.
The sooner the better, so what's our deadline?
This meeting is over. You've got movie time.
Oh, come on!
I've got movie sign. Whoa!
What was even the point? Literally just to be like, oh, now there's Magic Voice. What, for just countdowns? Are you kidding me? That was the... Okay, so the only reason that they're keeping Joel around and put him in at all was so there's Magic Voice now? Is that really it? Is that really it? Is that the only why not just have Emily hook it up? If Emily knows the ships like the back of her hand, if she's the engineer, even though at first they implied that Jonah was really good with this stuff because he could rebuild stuff for the bots, whatever, fine. If you're gonna make it that Emily's the engineer now and she's great at all this stuff, have her hook up Magic Voice. It did not need to be Joel. She could have hooked it up as a precautionary system. You did not need Joel at all. That's all he did? You did not need him. I am losing my... And literally nothing came of that scene. What was the point? What was the point? Nothing! Nothing! Oh, I hate this subplot so much already. I hate it. And I hate that they added Joel to it. It should have... If you're gonna have it, then just have it be the two new kids. What is wrong with you? Okay, let's take a drink of water and get back into it. I'm mad. I'm mad, I'm really, really, really mad. You're ruining the show by putting Joel back into it. I don't understand why this is the plan. Everything is really, really bad. It's really bad.
Hope there's some narwhals out there.
Narwhals. Never heard it pronounced that way before.
At least they sent someone his own size to pick on him.
Suite 102, 103. Ah, here we are. The one with all the security.
Wakanda forever.
Fears, desires of any vital, healthy creature trembling on
Ugh.
the brink of womanhood.
Yeah.
What?
Here in the hotel.
Mr. West?
Yes.
I have a message.
Don't forget, your alias is Mr. Andrews, not Mr. West.
Okay, Cinderella, here you go. A summons to the royal presence.
You've been
Wow.
They don't call him royal in here, do they?
No, they don't.
What a good catch.
Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Mercer's Wharf.
Cornhole competition.
That's such a Midwestern thing.
Keep painting till they look like shoes.
Boot black
Where to
and we
keep your
like it
knife?
very much.
I need a man to take me, to force himself upon me.
Well, I'm a very polite guy.
This has to be a setup.
Well, now, I may very well hate myself for this in the morning, but,
She can have any man she wants. She picks this dude. She can have any man she wants, just given her, if she's gonna force them at threat of becoming a statue.
Nice day for it.
We now return to Legally Blonde, already in progress.
Musical's really good.
Have an appointment.
Okay, let's see. Dean Martin, Steve Martin, Mary Martin, Quinn Martin, Martin Short, Martin Lawrence, Dr. Martin. Sorry, I don't see you here.
Here we are.
That was a very old-fashioned
Wow, the
seeming
tension was
riff.
unbearable. Step, spin, lean, and drop.
It's kind of on Sumuru for picking their newest recruit to kill a president.
It's
Cool, they let Frankie Avalon hold the camera for this shot. And I was like, this country uses the metric system, and that's why the fruit by the foot doesn't sell.
Okay, bad news, guys. An ion storm is about to blow
That's pretty
through,
funny.
so you know what trouble they can be. Gonna need to shield your CPUs.
what's
to keep
happening
from
with the
getting
hair?
robot ion madness.
Jonah.
Yeah, no, I know. Tom
Robot
knows
ion
what he wants to
madness.
think they'll go on a robot rampage, but it's not your fault, guys.
Robot
it's the ion. We'll
riot.
get through this together.
Okay, now it's just whining.
Hey, look, no, it's a goof. I am wearing a wig. Ah, come on, it's a joke. There's no ion storm. I'm wearing a wig. Settle down. You know, I gotta have my fun too.
Uh-oh.
You gotta have fun. I think you're a dick.
What?
Me too.
Jeez.
I had it.
Ion storm? I thought that was pretty good.
It's gotta be really happening, right?
As far as goofs go, I thought that would have gone better.
Oh, was it a joke?
Now we got
Oh,
movie
okay.
sign. Oh, let's go!
Okay. Sure. Maybe Jonah's getting a touch of that space madness at this point. Didn't have much to do with anything now, did it?
Say, is this Corinthian leather? It's really... See ya.
Sorry, I'm in the shot.
Did that actually work? What? That actually works?
Sumuru, what do we do? She's moving somehow.
I wonder if this is where I'm supposed to sing. No.
What? He's riffing himself.
To prove to you that I have no concealed weapons.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
Frankie Avalon.
Golly, you're right.
Why didn't she just walk out naked? Like, I get that it was for the movie, she had to be in the towel first, but in real life she would have just walked out naked. She didn't have to be that theatrical.
If there are any kids watching, it's past all your bedtimes.
Yeah, this is getting weird, man. This whole thing has been weird.
Yeah, it's good
Which
to
is
see
getting
her
worse.
Smiling again.
I was saving it up until you were ready for it.
50 Shades of Black.
I am now.
Yeah. Your friend
Beach blanket booga.
is in trouble. Like, she came to tell you he was gonna die. And you wasted time doing this?
I want eggs over easy.
It's not even like they had their fun and then immediately went to save him. They went to sleep!
Maybe if I turn the lights off, they'll think we're not home. Disney's live-action Mulan is super different from the original.
That fort.
You should be more nervous. He's literally a red shirt.
No one can defeat me on the beach, Frankie, go! Wow, no one can resist the oddly shaped face of Nick West.
Why? This dude.
Scooch over a bit, thanks.
Why? Every woman is in love with this one oddly shaped man. Like, his face is so weird.
Well, that's the end of Sumuru. No human being could survive that.
They always say that, man.
Whoever said she was human.
And now to let the disappointment wash over you.
And that's it? That's it? Oh my gosh. Wow.
Anyone else left oddly deflated by those last few moments?
Yeah, I didn't know the movie could end with a bang and a whimper.
Well, guys, we just saw a perfect example of that. The movie is only as strong as its villain, and Sumuru just doesn't stack up.
Whoa, you really... Grandma, clones, back me up on this.
Are we really gonna get a frigging feminist villain song?
Sumuru walked so that we could run. You'll all bow down.
Oh, and guess who can fucking understand rhymes right now?
We're super villainesses.
Guess what? Kinga is the worst person to sing this. She's a terrible... I'm sorry. Kinga is a shitty villain. She's a shitty mad. And they keep puffing her up like she's this big fucking deal. And she's not. Oh, you've gone with the Forrester legacy better than anyone ever has. Super villainous walked so that you can run. I don't get... She is not... I'm at a loss for words. It's like, she doesn't deserve any kind of supervillain song, let alone a girl power villain song. A girl power... King of Forrester. You're giving a girl power villain song. What the hell is wrong with you? She's a terrible character. She's terribly written. She's done nothing as a villain, as a Forrester, as a woman to deserve any of this. And even then, I'm just like, I can't. I thought I was as mad as I was going to be with that Joel stuff, but like, holy shit. They just cannot help but say, isn't Kinga just the best fucking person you've ever seen? Like, they can't help it. Why? Again, her even getting a song about being a great villain would already be terrible. But making it also about, like, I'm a woman and I'm a villain, so deal with that. And I'm just like, oh my god. I hate it. I hate it. Not saying this movie wasn't sexist. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in this day and age, if you want everyone to be treated equal, just treat everybody equal and shut up. When you point out, like, pointing out something in the past was sexist, fine, but, like, live your life now just not being sexist. Don't point out, yeah, I did this and I'm a woman. Like, oh yeah, she did this and she's a woman. Isn't that great? I hate when people do that today. Just say that they were great because they did it. Not because they were a woman specifically. You know? Same thing with ethnicities. I'm a Mexican woman, and if someone looked at me and went, isn't it great that this Mexican woman has such a good YouTube and Twitch channel. Just say I have a great YouTube and Twitch channel, or whatever you want to compliment me on. Don't make it about my gender or ethnicity. That is not the whole of me. I hate when people make it the whole of them. Like, is it a part of who you are? Yes, but it is not the whole, and we don't need to think like it is. So when you point it out in such a big, bombastic way all the time, I'm like, you don't need to do that. Just say, you're a great supervillain. It doesn't matter that she's a woman, it's just great. But she isn't, and then they add this on top of it, and that's what is making me so mad. Even if she was a great character, I'd be like, you don't have to add the girl disclaimer, because Pearl was a great mad and supervillain 25 effing years ago. So we don't need this now. MST3k has had a good female villain, and they didn't need to point out that she was female. We all understood, and it didn't matter. We just enjoyed it. I hate when any show does this these days. It's like talking down to the audience. Like, isn't it great that our minority character and or woman was able to do this thing? Isn't it just great? I'm like, it makes it more conspicuous when you mention it. Just say this thing our character did was great. It doesn't matter if the character is of an ethnic minority, if they're of if they're female or whatever. And the fact that it's through Kinga, the worst possible mouthpiece for this. Not even Emily, who's like the new, not that she's a villain, but you know what I mean. It's like, if you're gonna give a girl power number to anyone of the few female characters that are here, technically it should be Pearl, honestly, Queen Slay, but like Kinga, oh my gosh, I'm offended just because it's Kinga, let alone, oh my god, I didn't think I could get madder, to be honest. Let's finish it.
Hella, Cruella, and Bellatrix, Cersei and Ursula coming for you.
Guess what?
Also,
I never cared that any of them were female. They were just cool. I'm sorry. I have never heard anyone talk about like Maleficent. Most people just say she is one of, if not the greatest Disney villain. One of the most, just amazing and powerful and cool Disney villains. I never hear it quantified because she was female, ever. I've never heard those villains pointed out as like, but did you notice they're women? Hashtag girl boss. Like, what is it? Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. I have never seen or thought that about the amazing Disney villainesses ever. They're just cool villains. You don't need to quantify it. Like, the same thing with Dr. Facilier. I'm never like, oh man, he has such a great song and he's black. Like, never. Stop talking down to your adult audience. Oh my god, that was infuriating. Okay, hang on. Let's talk, guys. Let's just talk. We never talk anymore. Let's talk. What the hell? Like, okay. Host segments aside. We will start with segments aside. Okay? We'll just look at the riff. Better. It's better. Is it as good as Munchie? No. But it was more chuckle-worthy and pleasant throughout than a lot of the ones this season. If someone said, hey, Faith, let's put on Million Eyes of Sumuru for the riff, I could see that. But I would probably watch this before most other Jonah episodes except Munchie. Still probably would watch Dr. Mordred first. And probably still Gamera even, because even though I think this riff was slightly stronger. So that's the thing, if you're going just for riffs, I would probably put this over Gamera. The movie has more going on. Not saying it's a great movie, but there is more action. It is more of an active film, where Gamera is like a pretty slow burn of a movie. It's like Sumuru is a much more active film, which I think did give them an advantage with the riffs, and they were able to riff a little bit more consistently and a little bit funnier overall. So I would probably if you're going for just riffs, I would put this over Gamera. So it'd be like Munchie, Sumuru, but like way down, Gamera, Mordred, and then like the rest can all fight for loser. Like, I really don't care at this point. However, when it comes to episode overall, the thing is about Gamera, it's mostly okay, kind of boring, but okay, it's fine. But the segments overall, if you ignore the very first one with King and Pearl, very cute, very fun. You have a great, the drinking song that I had almost forgotten about till I was editing it. The drinking song is great. Them reading the book together at the beginning is great. There's a lot of fun and cute and classic and really good Jonah and the Bot stuff in it that I would recommend it for if you're into the host segments and characters like me. And that's the thing. And some people say, I'm only here for the riffs. And I told you, if you're only in it for the riffs, go ahead with this one. Absolutely. Again, I try to make sure that I'm covering the riffs for the people that just want the riffs. I'm trying to give them all a fair shake for that. And I do think this is one of the better ones. Nothing spectacular, but definitely funnier, more pleasant overall than a lot of the other ones. I would definitely place this above a lot. So if you're only in for the riffs, there you go. That's my thoughts. But the host segments are driving me mad. It's like, as someone who these characters, even in this version, are important to her, and I really want to like everything they do, and I want to be part of it. And Gamera gave me hope. I was excited at the beginning of this one for the host segments, because I was like, Jonah and the Bot segments have been really fun in the last one. Maybe we'll get it again. No such luck. The Jonah and the Bot ones were fine. They were like, okay. But, like, for the most part. But, dear God, I can't... My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. No, but, like, I don't know what the point was, other than literally as much press and word of mouth as possible. What was the point of having both Emily and Joel in one short season, plus Jonah and his crew? What was the point of all this, other than have as much people on the internet talking to you as possible? That has to be all it was. That has to be all it was. For that, and as many people that come spend money, hopefully, as possible. That has to be it. Because otherwise, I don't understand it. Because Emily's never allowed to just have her own episodes. She's had one of her 3, has not had anyone else in any other host. 1 of 3. Joel comes into this just to put Magic Voice back in. And he already stole Emily's bots. So they're disrespecting Emily as a character, and I kind of think as a performer, by, like, being like, okay, instead, there's one less episode for either of you guys to do. It's Joel instead, but he's going to steal Emily's bots. And again, disrespecting Connor by having Josh come in and do it. All that is already a problem, but I've talked about that at length. But now having him come in to their whole stupid, I hate this plot line, because really effing stupid, she literally just sang a friggin' song. So the whole thing, they can't understand rhymes, is the stupidest thing. Very stupid, and I hate it. But if you're gonna do that, and if you're gonna make it sound like, oh, Jonah's stupid, and you kind of are, because you're also like, Emily's like, I know the ship's like the back of my hand. Nothing against Emily. Thanks for making, you know, him just look really stupid. Like, it went from... Jonah's already never really tried to escape, again, at least the way Mike has tried to constantly escape. And Emily's like, why not? Instead of giving an explanation, she's like, yeah, why not? Already hate it. Don't make him retroactively stupid. Jonah was never stupid. He's like, he can be innocent, he can be naive about a few things, but overall he's like really smart. One of his biggest things that he could not only build bots, but improve the bots that Joel built. So clearly you're establishing him as technically the smartest, at least when it comes to engineering and stuff, of the original 3 hosts. So I don't know why you would change this now and be like, well, he's actually kind of really stupid and like doesn't even think to escape ever, without giving a reason as to maybe why he does. Even if it's because he's like, they've cut off my oxygen before, I don't want it to happen again at this point. Like, fine. But instead they're just like, no, he just doesn't. Okay. So that's already tough. And then to have Emily be the one who's like, I know the ship's like the back of my hand, so I know how to escape. Good for Emily, and she's an engineer, so that does make sense, but again, you're making Jonah retroactively look stupid. Like, he's been living on this satellite for, like, what, if it's supposed to be in real time, a couple years now at least, and Emily knows it, like, right away how they can get out, and has a thing, but again, it went nowhere. It was just to remind you that plot is happening. And the only thing it did was be like, hey, remember, Joel's here, Joel's here, Joel's here, Joel's here, Joel's here, remember that Joel's here, you know, don't you love Joel, remember he's here, and he puts in Magic Voice. Emily could have done that. You could have had Emily be like, hey, I put Magic Voice on our satellites, so we have like a warning sign, whatever. Because other than it telling us, hey, Jonah has to get back in the theater, which it also didn't do again. I don't think it did it again the whole episode. Within this episode and storyline, What the hell was the point of Joel coming in? What the hell was the point of Magic Voice? Why do you keep making it like Jonah could never get out of here, like, without, like, him and Emily not being able to get out without each other? Absolutely fair. Making it that Emily's doing everything, I'm like, what? If you're gonna put Joel in it, at least have him have something to do with the plot then. If you're gonna have it be Emily and Jonah, then don't have Jonah just be so stupid that he can't contribute anything. He's not contributing anything. Other than knowing they can't understand rhyme, I guess. But again, that doesn't make sense because of the song, and that song. Of any female character in Mystery Science, you picked the worst, most irrelevant one to also do that with. If you're gonna be like, yeah, girl power, okay, why aren't you doing it with Pearl or even Emily? Kinga is a joke, and like Kinga and Max are absolutely the worst, most unfunny characters I think this series has ever seen, and I completely mean that. I cannot, other than maybe some random cameos or something, of consistent characters in the series. They are not entertaining, they're not funny, they're not well written, they're obnoxious, and to then just keep being like, forcing Kinga in our face. She's continuing to force her legacy better than anyone. Isn't she the best villainess? Isn't it important to have villainesses? And I'm just... like, and all the villainesses that she named off in the song, like, I have never quantified by the fact that they're women, just that they're kick-ass villains. And again, it would have ticked me off anyway. I would have been like, you didn't need to make it about girls. Again, I'm not saying the movie wasn't sexist. I'm not saying Batwoman at the end wasn't weirdly sexist. It was. But does it mean we have to be like, hey, movie, that was sexist, girls rule? Like, everyone knows it was sexist. Everyone knows that women can do all these things. So why are we pointing it out in a way that, again, I didn't find very funny, because it was with the worst example the show could give. I hate Kinga and Max. They are the worst. I don't know if I could dislike them more if I tried, to be honest, because they keep shoving them in our face, acting like, aren't they just so funny? Aren't they just the best Mads that we've, like, ever had? Like, I don't know if they're doing that because these are, like, actual actors and celebrities that aren't just, like, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to, like, slam Jonah and Emily and the others, but it's like, is it because they, like, have more clout, I guess, than the others? Because they weren't just people from Minnesota that started up the show, or, like, I don't even say small time, though, because they've been on, like, Comedy Central and stuff. So, like, I don't know if just because they're the biggest names in the show, you feel like you gotta just blow smoke up their asses all the time. But it's like, again, the riff itself was going great, and then you shove Joel in our face. And then you shove Kinga back in our face. And then you shove the whole pro-women anti-sexism stuff in our face through Kinga, of all people, who isn't even a good, again, regardless of gender, she is the worst Mad. I don't care if we're talking male, female, or whatever, or monkey, like Bobo, whatever. She is the worst Mad. She and Max are both absolutely off. They're like a package deal. Max is, like, completely irrelevant at this point as well. As terrible as the plotline was, at least in season 11 he had something to do. This point he's completely irrelevant. It's just... That's the thing, guys. It's like they keep being like, remember Joel, remember Joel. Isn't Kinga amazing? Isn't Kinga amazing? And I am sick of it. As I've said, and I will say it again, if it wasn't for these videos, I wouldn't be watching this anymore. I wouldn't be. If it wasn't for these videos, I would never bought the full set. I would probably have bought the first one, like, one at a time. Or based on people's recommendations or something. But now that I own them all, I buy them all, I mean, I'll watch them all for that, and I'll watch them all for this, but I absolutely would have quit by now. I absolutely would have quit. It's like, if I want good, consistent riffing, we have riff tracks, we have the OG series, we even have episodes of season 11 that I could go back and watch. Even 1 or 2 episodes of season 12. I remember loving Ator when it came out. So that one, I think Killer Fish was good too. So, even episodes of The Gauntlet, I would go back and watch. Season 13, pretty much a bust. Pretty much a bust, in my opinion. The best riffing you get, you have one fully good episode. One. Take that out. That's out of a 9 now, guys. It's like an 11%. And then the others, at best, are pleasant in terms of riffs, or have terrible host segments, or might have pretty cute host segments, but pretty boring riffs. Or even start strong and then completely fall off the face of the earth. And I know you guys are probably tired of me just absolutely hating on some of these episodes. And again, I swear to you, I'm not coming in here looking to be mad and disappointed and being like, I would just quit. But I would. This is like a joke in a not funny way. This is not funny anymore. I am just so done. Like, I am so finished. I can't stand it. It just, if it wasn't for the Joel stuff, I think it'd be easier, and or the Kinga stuff, it'd be a little bit easier to stomach. Preferably both, if you took them out. It'd be easier to stomach. But the way it is, I can't stand it. It's obnoxious. The riffs aren't great through, 7 out of 9 of them. I'm like, I mean, I really wouldn't watch this for the riffs again. And Gamera is one of the only ones I can think of that had consistently good host segments overall. And even then, it's tarnished by that Kinga thing at the beginning. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I really thought in that first, third especially, I was like, we might be getting a pretty good episode out of this. And we were on the way, and there are parts of it, for real, that like I said, probably the best riff that's consistent outside of Munchie. Again, I want to make it very clear. If you love this season, God bless you. I'm glad you are. I'm not, and I don't know what I'm not seeing that you guys are, man, but I am tired. I'm tired. And if it wasn't for you guys, I would give up. And I do not give up easily on many things, to be honest. I would absolutely give up. I would absolutely I'm out and be done. But I'm doing this for you guys, because I love you guys. I'm gonna keep going. A new Emily episode came out today. I'm not doing it tonight. It's late and I can't. I'm not in a good mental place now. I'm just like so upset. Like, I need to cool off about this for a little bit. If I go straight into Emily's episode, I don't think I'd go in with a clear head. I want to for a little bit detox from Kinga and just get out of here, man. I thought Jonah was going to be making some good points. Not even just about Sumuru herself, but villains in general. I thought Jonah was going to go into this really cool thing of here's what makes a strong villain. Here's how a movie can be impacted by the villain. Because I agree to a very major extent. Not completely, but pretty heavily, that a good movie is only as good as its villain. That's why movies like Brave, that don't really have a concrete villain, don't work as well for me. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but it can be a big factor in why some movies don't work. And I was like, this could be fascinating. And then Kinga cuts him off to sing that song. So I was doubly mad. Because I'm like, you cut Jonah off from what could have been a really fun conversation with the bots for this crappy girl power song by Kinga. So, yes, can you tell that I'm bitter, apparently? I didn't realize how bitter I was against Kinga still until just now. But I am mad. Why didn't they just make Baron a mad and be done with it? And just get rid of her? Just have her replace her. Who cares? I don't. Get rid of the two of them. Be done with it. Get Hampton in a costume and have them be the Mads now instead of King and Max, because I hate them and I cannot stand it anymore. It's really awful. And I'm just gonna have to go into everyone knowing that I'm just gritting my teeth and putting up with them to get to Jonah, Emily, and the riffs and just be done with it, because it's they're just awful. And just I'm not going to show the part with the host segment with their invention exchange, because it's just obnoxious. It's just obnoxious in this one with Patton yelling at the screen, and that's it. That's all it is him screaming incoherent, just screaming random words about okay, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I could not care less at this point about these Mads. Couldn't care less about Joel within these episodes. Could not care less about the stupid escape plan with Emily and Jonah that you also know is not going to work unless they intend this to be the last season, which I highly, highly doubt, as long as this season made money, which on the Kickstarter it already did. Who knows how much it's making off the actual Gizmoplex. If it's making money, this will not be the end. So, but maybe for the best it should be, to be honest. It's this... it's time for the Jedi to end. Maybe it's time for Mystery Science Theater proper to end. Again, Jonah as a character is great. Blessing to me in my life overall. Character I needed as a kid and didn't have. Really cool thing is that Jonah Ray has heard me say that on a video and responded on Twitter saying it meant a lot. Fantastic. Great guy. Absolutely cool. Amazing character. But nothing else. Like, after season 11, they could have just ended up like, great, I got my bye guys, okay, I got my character, great. But now it's like, it's just dragging on. It's just dragging on. And then you're, like, making him look stupider, and he was about to have a really cool villain speech, and you interrupted it. So, you know, it has to be pretty bad for me to not be willing to keep watching it just for Jonah's stuff, unless it was for these videos. Like, that's pretty bad. But, as always, please let me know your thoughts. Again, safe place for discussion. I do not hate anyone that has a different idea. Please. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.